Hello, my fellow handicappers. This is Weekend Handicapper from weekendhandicapper.com. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 long shots that I think are worth considering on Belmont Day. Belmont Day 2021 occurs on June 5th, Saturday, June 5th. Tremendous card. All day long, good racing. So I'm excited about the whole entire card. But these races, these long shots, I think have a legitimate chance as win bets at a price, and certainly in exactas, trifectas, and superfectas. I don't bet place and show bets, but if you do bet those wagers, certainly these horses could qualify as worthy place and show bets at a big price. Now, all 3 of these long shots, they are racing in turf races. All 3 of these races are turf races. And hey, I used to have hair until I started betting turf races. I used to not have to take blood pressure medicine until I started betting turf races. Nature of turf racing is chaotic. Oh my gosh, it's just exciting finishes, but also nerve-wracking finishes. It's best to stay away from them. But the positive to turf racing is they're so competitive. You kind of benefit from the chaos sometimes, but they usually produce some really good payouts a lot of times in the vertical wagers. And as a rule, turf racing, the winners of turf races usually have better odds than dirt races. So look it up. You could check it out. The payouts are usually better in turf races. So turf racing sets up well for particular long shots. And hopefully, all we need is one of these to come through, and it makes our whole day pretty much, if I bet right and don't get out of hand with my wagers. Now, as a case in point, I put a lot of these picks and things on Twitter at Weekend Capper, not Weekend Handicapper on Twitter. So if you want to follow me, you can. But like, gosh, again, you can't judge. They're not supposed to win. That's why they're long shots. You gotta be comfortable losing majority of the time when you're betting these long shots. But gosh, all I have to do is remember back to last Saturday, race 4, Snow House, paid $19 at race 4 at Churchill Downs, the 2-horse. May 22nd, race 1, Spanish Idol, paid $17.20 at Churchill Downs, race 1 at Churchill Downs. And then, well, one for the memory books for sure here recently was May 23rd in race number 3 at Santa Anita Park. I hardly ever play Santa Anita Park, but that horse was offering a lot of value, and that horse was Inslee's Dream. The 4-horse paid $37.20 for $2. You kidding me? That was a huge overlay in my opinion. Now, I got lucky, barely beat the favorite, which was Agree to Disagree. Barely beat him by a head. So I got lucky, had to win a photo for that one, but I did and got paid $37.60. Now, my point not to brag, but my point is they're still around, these long shots. They're still around. They don't happen all the time. Those are the 3 best paying horses of the month of May. So you don't have to win all the time to profit in this game. I say that all the time in these videos. And if these picks these long shots that I'm getting ready to talk about, if they don't come through, that's what is expected to happen, right? I'm talking about 3 horses that have paid pretty well here recently, but I can give you like 3 or 4 that finished dead last, not even competitive from the start. And that's stuff you have to live with. You have those, feast or famine kind of horses, and that's how it goes if you're betting long shots. So again, 10-1 is or higher is what I consider long shots, especially in turf racing. I think you have a good chance of your long shots coming through. That's what race number 3 at Santa Anita Park on May 23rd with Inslee's Dream, the 4-horse. That was on turf. Just pretty much wired the field and barely hung on the win, thank God. So here on Belmont Day on June 5th, are some long shots I think you should consider. It's up to you if you want to bet them. Race number 2 is our first race. We're going to look at a horse called Charleston Strong, 15-1 morning line. I might make a video or a YouTube shorts of me doing the Charleston. I got to learn how to do it first. If this horse wins at that number, 15-1. But the number 5 horse, Charleston Strong, hasn't raced since November 28th. Right up immediately, that's a negative. But not at 15-1 is not a negative in a turf race that I think is a good fit to return in. This horse is coming off a layoff. This field, is vulnerable. You got 2 Chad Brown horses. You got a couple of Chad Brown horses. So, of course, they're going to take some money. You got some first-time starters who knows what they'll do. They can win. But it's a wide open race, so might as well take a shot. Luis Saez is the jockey. I like Luis on the dirt more than I do the turf, but I'm still confident in it. The trainer, Jeremiah Englehart, I think puts his horses in pretty good position. And I think he put this horse, number 5, Charleston Strong, in a good position to come back from the extended layoff, put it in a good race to have a shot at a decent price. And then that November 28th race, that was a maiden race at 80,000 at Aqueduct, stepping up in class today. But it gets first-time Lasix, and that might make a difference. So definitely, I think this race is ripe for a price. Race number 2 at Belmont. It came down to the 5 or 9 as it pertained to Longshots, number 9, my cousin Rich. But I preferred the 5 due to its turf experience in the past. So there's my first long shot on Belmont Day. Race number 2, the 5 horse, Charleston Strong. Now let's look way later in race 12. Race 12, another turf race, going a mile on the turf, allowance race. This is more of a competitive race, I think. Well, the other one, the race number 2 was competitive, but it was just so wide open. They're pretty much all even, I should say. But this one could end up being a really good race. And I really like the number 4 horse, Big Al's Gal. Love the name, but I like the horse. It's 15-1. I think it has a chance. Draws a good post. It's lacking class. It hasn't faced too much, and it hadn't been on turf since November 19th. But it broke its maiden on the turf at a mile, which is the same distance as today's race. And that was at Saratoga. And that was on August 19th at Saratoga. And we all know how tough and competitive those turf races are at Saratoga. Got jockey Jose Ortiz, which is another plus in my book. And then hopefully the early running style will suit this horse. There's other early speed in here. So I know it has the right running style to win this race. I hope that there's not all this other speed that will hurt this horse's chances. But 15-1, I really like Big Al's Gal. That's a pretty strong opinion there. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully Big Al could get it done on the turf at Belmont, race 12. Number 4 horse, Big Al's Gal, race 12 at Belmont. Now, race number 13. Again, on the turf, going a mile and an eighth in this race. This is a very tough race. My opinion's not real strong in here because you had a lot of long shots, I think, you win this race. But it came down, I was looking at the 4 horse, Kentucky Farrell, the 5 Journeyman, number 7 Desert Peace coming in from Dubai. I don't know what that horse is going to do in the States. 8 Forever Mo, 10 Winning Factor, and 11 Bala Rocks, I think is how you say it. The more I looked at, the more I thought, all right, well, long shot wise, to me, I think it's either the 10 or the 11. And I ended up going with the 10 Winning Factor at 12-1 morning line. It's probably going to get bet down, so I don't know if it's going to be 12-1. It might be 8, 9-1 when all's said and done. Hopefully it don't go lower than that. But the 10, Winning Factor, fired its best speed figure the last time out that it raced. Now it might bounce, or in other words, might regress. Now other than the last two races, I should say, the horse has always been in the money. Very consistent horse. So if it can go back to that form, definitely use in your exactas, trifectas, and superfectas, because it's always been in the money. But recent form hasn't been, in the money. But it switches back to jockey Jose Ortiz. And I think this is important because all three victories of Winning Factor's career have been with Jose Ortiz in the irons. So back to Jose, that's good. It's ran well, and it's won at Belmont, so horse for course angle. It came down to the 10 and the 11 horse for me here. The 11 horse used to be a good horse, but its form is declining. If you look at its last few races, couple races, it seems like it's on the downward trajectory. Now, they could still win this race. This might be an ideal spot for this horse to get back to its earlier form, but it seems to be in the decline. That's why I went with the number 10 Winning Factor with Jose Ortiz. And it's if it can revert back to earlier form, I think this horse has a good shot. But this, of the three long shots I talked about in this video, this one's probably going to be the lowest price horses. So let's do a little recap. Now, I love this. I always man, you're crazy picking that horse. You're silly, man. What do you see in that horse? You're stupid for taking that horse. Anytime I hear those kind of comments or people tell me that, I start licking my chops, because that's what you want to hear in the long shot. That's why they're long shots. Nobody else sees these things. Or you got to think out of the box. Or you got to stand on your own and have opinions that differ from the crowd. That's why the horses are going off at these odds, because everybody else don't think the same, right? The reason favorites are favorites and low prices is because everybody's seeing it. Everybody's thinking the same thing. Everybody's putting their money on the same horse. That's why the odds are low on those kind of horses. So when people say, dude, you're crazy for picking that horse, well, you're a fool for even putting your money on it. Most times I am. But still, I start getting excited, because that's when you know you're on a good long shot potentially. And again, just like I said, you don't have to win all the time with these long shots paying 15-1, 10-1, 20-1. You don't have to win all the time. And it's exciting betting long shots. So hopefully some of these picks, all of them would be amazing, come through, either win or factor in the exactas, trifectas, and superfectas. All right, let's recap. Race number 2, going with the number 5 long shot, Charleston Strong at 15-1. Race number 12, going with the number 4, Big Al's Gal, 15-1. And race number 13, number 10, Winning Factor at 12-1. We'll see what happens. But it's going to be a great day. Hopefully those 3 horses are some long shots that are worth considering, thinking about playing, factoring in your different tickets. On turf, anything can happen. They're chaotic. A lot of troubled trips result in big prices, and maybe one of these horses that I just mentioned, one of these 3 horses, will get a good trip and things set up well for it, and it pays pretty well and makes the day. So if you have any long shots, or if you have any horses that you are favoring, that you are planning on playing, if you're comfortable sharing, let us know in the comments below. Hopefully, the main thing is have a great Belmont Stakes day. None of these races that I talked about in this video are big stakes races, not sexy races. but I don't care. It's all about prices to me. You know, I'm going to watch the Belmont Stakes and bet the Belmont Stakes, but long shots are long shots. I don't care if they're a maiden claiming $30,000 maiden claiming race or they're a grade 1 stakes race. Long shots are long shots. Money is money. It pays the same if you have a 15-1 long shot in the Kentucky Derby as it does in a $10,000 claiming race. Pays the same. So always be shopping and looking out for those prices. All right, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you hadn't already, I appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can get all the latest tips, tools, and resources from Weekend Handicapper and weekendhandicapper.com. Until next time, happy handicapping, smart wagering.